And now, Suicide for One. A quiet, white-painted room. The faint smell of antiseptic. A nurse, trim and efficient, stands by the patient's bedside.
Yes, I feel all right now, thank you. Where am I?
The police brought you here. They'll be back to interview you later. Do you want to talk about it? It sometimes helps, you know.
Well, it seemed the only thing to do, to end it all, finish it. It was all her fault.
Your wife?
Yes. We'd only been married a day or so, but the reason began years ago when I was little more than a kid. There was a new bridge being opened. I went along to watch and got right in front of the crowd, the very first row. Anyway, this old codger cut the ribbon and there was a mad rush. I was pushed along by the crowd behind me, and for a while I thought I'd be trampled to death. So I began to run as fast as I could.
But that shouldn't have made you want to take your own life.
Oh, it didn't. It made me famous. I was the first person to cross that bridge. And the next morning, my photograph was in all the papers. I was interviewed by every paper in town. It was my first taste of fame.
Go on.
Well, I liked it so much, I kept my eyes open and heard about another bridge that was to be opened. I even went into training.
Running?
Yes. I was first across that bridge, too, by about 15 lengths. It was the same thing all over again. The papers and my photograph all over the place. And now the bug had really got me. I had to be first, you see. First into a new theatre, first to drive on a new road, first in everything.
It must have been quite exciting.
It was. If there was a test match on, I was the first at the ground, and sure enough, my picture would be in the paper next morning, even if I had to wait outside the gates all night. Then I began inventing firsts. I was the first man to travel the entire city rail circuit on foot, and then I hopped over the whole of the city tramway tracking. The whole lot of it. Way out into the suburbs and everything.
And, of course, you got a lot of publicity.
Oh, you've no idea. And then I walked 200 miles, walking backwards the whole way. I was walking like that when I met her.
Your wife?
Yes, she'd read all about me, and she felt the same way about things. She wanted to be first in everything, too. It was fun then. We'd be first in every queue for the theatre seats, first to plunge into a new swimming pool, first in everything. The first man and the first woman.
Well, if you were so happy together...
Oh, I'm coming to that in just a minute. I fell for her like a ton of bricks, and we got married. Oh, it was marvelous. Oh, the dreams we had, the things we were going to do together. And she spoilt it all.
But how?
She spoilt my record. I had to be first, don't you see? Never beaten, the number one boy. Committing suicide was the only way out.
But why?
I was happy enough for the first few days. I didn't think anyone could be that happy, and then she told me.
Told you what?
She confessed that she was a widow.